suffocated my soul. They hijacked my brain. They brainwashed my friends and my family. Now I hate them violently, and I will use every soldier in my army to defend myself against them, because they will come at me. They will come at me with all of their doctors and their talking heads and all their other freaking loser clowns. And shame on these outlets that give these people the time to speak about me. How dare they speak of me? We've never met. How dare they? That's another thing. Another one, you know, one of my other credos. Everybody has a black belt and carries a gun. I don't mess with people. I don't get up in people's grills and tell them, you know, I must now impose my silly will on you. But dude, we just met, and all I did was ask you for a cigarette. I'm like, yes, but, and you know, dude, everything after but is just dial tone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but believe me, Charlie, I am really hearing you today. Basically, you're telling the world, I'm an individual. I control my own destiny. Stop speaking for me. I mean, look, I get calls probably every week for 6 years from The Hollywood Reporter, ABC News. I mean, my phone's over here ringing off the hook with national media. And I called you this morning and said, I'm getting TMZ and other people calling me. I said, I don't want to comment. I just want to let you speak for yourself. You said, absolutely, absolutely. See, I mean, I don't run around. The one time I went on TV to talk about, you know, when you first went public for 9/11 Truth, I called you and said, do you even want me to do this? I don't want to speak for you. Why don't you go on? You said, no, do it. But then all these other people you let into your life, and they just give out all your personal information on and on and on, and it's wrong.
Yeah, but they think it's personal. They think it's information. It's nothing. It's a smokescreen, dude. Come on. They don't know me. They never will. They don't deserve to. You know, I'm rolling out magic, bro, and I must save it for my family.
Well, Charlie Sheen, indomitable, just off the charts interview here. Let's bring up your friend, somebody who is defeated J.P. Morgan. Of course, everybody knows Lenny Dykstra. And, of course, he won the World Series championship in '86 with the Mets. I'm not going to go over his whole record, but he's one of the greats. Hit 400 in August. I mean, Charlie, you introduced him. Nails is here. Tell us about Nails.
He's hardcore, and it's with a capital C. There's a movie called Hardcore with George C. Scott. So you could be hardcore and just be George Scott. You could be hardcore, and then, you know, you get a lowercase c. My man is an uppercase George C. Scott, hardcore.
Here he is. Nails, you've been sitting here for 20 minutes on hold. What do you think of what Charlie is saying?
Actually, I don't want him to stop. I mean, and Charlie knows me. I don't really tell him what he wants to hear. I just tell him the truth.
Which is why we love each other unconditionally and with violence. And you're one of the best dudes alive, bro.
No, you are. I mean, look, the thing about me is a lot of people don't like me because I tell the truth. And right now, Charlie is when I say in fuego, the guy's on point. I mean, and when I say on point, I mean, it's almost like he's on a mission. Anybody in his way, they're going to get mowed down. And if they don't like it, that's just the way it is. And,
well, do you remember that bald fool, Lenny, that came in with his therapy and his voodoo, and he tried to judge me? He said I was too excited. The only thing I got excited about was catching the last drop of blood just before his beheaded, silly dome made contact with my beautiful wooden floor in my home in front of my children.
I tell you, plus the way the man uses the English language is see, the thing about you, Charlie, is
yes?
People do not realize how brilliant you are. And by the way,
oh, you're too kind, but you speak the truth.
I'm not a guy that gets on his knees, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
I got you, bro. Neither am I. I think you know what I mean.
But what I'm saying is, I like to be around people I can learn something from. Okay. And if I can't learn something every day, then it's kind of a lost day. With
very well said, my man. Very well said, Len. Very well said.
But what I'll tell you what's better said is, every day I'm with Charlie, he continues to set new marks. Meaning, I keep saying there's got to be 3 of you. There has to be, but there's not. There's one of them, and right now, again, I appreciate the kind words, and the one thing about me I can tell you is, you got me on your team, then you got a guy that'll take a bullet for you. And I will watch it bounce off as I finish my ham sandwich.
Charlie, something we've talked about privately, changing the subject for a moment. I want to get Nail's take on this. The TSA isn't just in the airports now. You got to fly in a private jet just to get away from them, sticking their hands down people's pants. Drudge Report has the headline from Gizmodo: TSA agents pat down 9-year-old boy after train trip. They've got telescreens in Walmart saying, watch your neighbors. I mean, is this not the Gestapo rollout in America?
I mean, duh. Kind of right there on the open. Anybody that wants to ignore it deserves to have their privates fondled by some clown who worked the door at Walmart 7 minutes before that, and it took them 6 minutes to get to the airport. Losers and clowns and trolls, all of them. Touch my children and I will eat your hands off your frickin' arms.
Well, that's actually what Ron Paul said. He said, if America lets this happen and lets them train us to be slaves, this is like prisoner induction training, then we deserve what we get. And Jesse Ventura said that as well.
It's kind of true, you know. People say, oh, I can't be blamed for my ignorance. Yeah, well, who else am I going to blame? Your stupid wife? Good God, go away. Go back to the frickin' troll hole where you came from, fool.
Oh, man, this is incredible, Charlie. You know, we're doing this interview here, and I just appreciate you doing it here. You're my friend. I care about you, and obviously this is going to bring a lot of attention to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com.
No way. They're going to ignore this. Come on. It'll be as though it never even happened.
Yeah, I'm actually scanning the news, Charlie. This interview.
Are we going viral?
I would call it not supernova, about 1 trillion times bigger. It's as if the entire universe of media is exploding right now.
Wow, well, you know, that's, I'm just giving them what I guess they want. I just don't know if they can handle it. Pussies.
The truth always works.
It does, and the truth is unchanging, Len. That's why you don't have to remember it. You just live inside of it, and everybody just falls down like plastic bowling pins. I don't know. Bad analogy, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, man. Everybody's out there wearing a cardboard belt, like begging for something, and they get nothing. That's all they deserve, man.
Charlie, of the giant pantheon of Hollywood stars and TV stars, why are you the one that the media obsesses on more than really anybody I've ever seen? I mean, it's like, it's crazy. I mean, it's just Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm just that goddamn bitchin' and interesting.
They want what he has, man.
Yeah, there you go. And they can't process it, Len. They can't process it, so they're baffled, and they must write their silly words and come at me from a place of opinion and judgment. Yeah. That's why Brando says that, Willard, have you ever considered, you know, being free from the opinions of others, from the opinions of yourself? I think today is a perfect example of just that.
Wow.
I don't know. Why don't I do this?
I'm just a broken-down baseball player, man. That's deep.
Thanks, bro. I mean, you what's that expression? You got, you did take a few in the head, but you're still pretty sharp.
Yeah, a lot of pitches, but not that many.
There you go.
Yeah, you like that.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah. In fact, Charlie, it's time to start playing some long toss, bro, to get you ready for Major League 3, man.
Started with Todd Zeal the other day, and he was actually pretty impressed. And then one of the goddesses came out, and the reason my arm is sore today is because I hopped it up like 2 weeks sooner than I should.
I told you that, dude.
I know, but do not put one of them in front of me with a baseball in my hand, because violent things will happen, you know?
The goddess.
Yeah, we're going to go to, Charlie, we're going to go to break and decide if you want to stay or go. We're going to come back with Nails. We're going to go into overdrive. This is pretty amazing radio, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, as you can see. But, you know, the government kills 1 million Iraqis. They're the good guys. Well, Charlie, I am just really glad that you are 100% clean. You're on fire. And, again, people don't judge Rush Limbaugh for what he's done, and you're a lot better man than he on many fronts. And
but can I just say this, Alex? I've never met the man. Therefore, I have no personal experience of him, so I cannot speak of him.
Absolutely, but the thing I was going to get to, during the break, we were talking about 2.5 Men and what you've been told behind the scenes, and I do see some news reports, the rumors going on. You want to speak to that?
Yeah, I was told if I went on the attack, they would cancel the show and all that, and so I'm just sort of seeing if they're telling the truth or not. What was the thing you just said, Nails?
I mean, yeah, they don't like money no more. They all of a sudden stop liking money. Come on, cancel the show. They're going to cancel the show. I mean, like I'm going to be a ballerina dancer, man.
No.
Are they happy with the $5 billion they've already made off me, or do they think they can turn that into 10 in a couple more seasons? I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, it's a runaway freaking juggernaut.
Well, let me tell you what they're saying, Charlie, and again, these are tabloid sites, which is probably not true. They're saying they're going to have the show without you. That's like having the sunrise without the sun.
Yeah, watch your ratings, dudes. Watch your stupid ratings.
By the way,
Whatever. Whatever. Do what you got to do, man. I'll go make movies with superstars and not work with idiots, you know?
Who's giving that info? I guarantee it's no one from that they knew the show. It's a bunch of bozos.
No, it is. It's super bozo sites saying it.
Hey, speaking of not a bozo, but a real stud was Brian Wilson when he came into the studio, had him come in to work with Charlie and talk to him about, you know, Charlie's a closer, he's a closer. They're both kind of, you know, game on, and I tell you what, man, this guy was a warrior. And Charlie, I think you and him hit it off, man. I think you learned a lot with that guy, huh?
Yeah, and I hope it was mutual. I just know we were instantly bonded and on the journey together. And there were rumors that he broke camp and this and that, but that's all crap. He was brought out to put some fire back in Wild Thing's fingertips and eyes, because he says I have tiger blood and Adonis DNA, and I must make them weep as they watch it.
Well, Charlie, just so people out there understand some of what you said, you're now training with top baseball players, and I know that in powerlifting, shot put, and also power sports, when you talk about rage training, anger training, that's what the beard talks about, is, you know, like, hey, you just won the World Series, what do you think? I want to rage. You're talking about taking your passion and focusing it. That's what you mean by ninja training.
Absolutely, man. I mean, they're going to read whatever they want. They always book in it. They tell you what, you know, they give you their stupid judgmental opinion about how you're supposed to feel about what you're about to read. Then they finish it off with how you're supposed to feel about what you just read. So when they come at me with a Q&A, I'm like, yeah, can we unload the bookends? Then I'll think about it, you know. But no, but this guy is, well, you saw him, Len. He's he's as focused and gnarly as they come.
He is, and by the way, the beard you can't duplicate. You couldn't try to grow a beard like that. That alone put the fear of God in me as a hitter. Meaning, you have to tell the other players, do not stare at the beard. Meaning,
no.
And then the 98-mile-an-hour gasoline with the cut on it helps a little bit too.
It's unhittable. It's unhittable. He made Ryan Howard, I'm sorry, Ryan, you're the best left-hand hitter in 50 years, but he made him look like an armless child when he backdoor slidered his ass into the World Series. It was just unbelievable. Wow. Wow, he's exciting.
Well, Charlie,
he's brought a different level of excitement back to the sport like Wild Thing did back in '89 when this thing launched, you know?
Yeah, the real Wild Thing, and that ain't Mitch Williams, I guarantee you that.
Well, wow, Charlie,
you have every right to say that, Len.
I can't stand that guy, man.
Gripping the ball? Come on, Mitch. Gripping the ball? Yeah, I grip the ball.
Oh, now some inside baseball talk. Charlie, you've done an hour with us. Let me say bye to you during the break, or you can stay on hold and listen to Nails, or you can continue. We're going into 4th hour overdrive right now. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.tv. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.